Alright everyone, so we're going to do one more thing with the walls to make them look a little bit more poppy. You can pick your wall paint, wallpaper, whatever you think it would be, and you make it look a lot of different ways. If I click on my shape and I go up here to formatting, I can shape fill. Now I can just pick a different color, whatever I like. I can use a picture, which for a wallpaper would not look great, I'm going to tell you right now. But you technically can. A gradient might look awesome, and a texture might look good depending on which one you pick. I'm going to click on gradient, and you can see there's some of these things. And the reason I like gradient is because it tends to look like there's a shadow on the wall. So light doesn't hit the whole wall from the same space everywhere and hit it at the same amount. So if you do this, it kind of gives you the idea that there's light coming from one spot and it's not hitting the whole wall. So I like to do gradients. I'm going to click on more gradients just so we can open up this formatting menu and just explore all these different options. No fill would be it's empty, you can see through it. Solid fill, you come to here for the color. You pick anything you want. You can make it a little bit see-through if you wanted to make a special wall. You make it like 50% transparent. You can see through it. I don't know why you would want to do that for a wall, but if you have any other shapes you want to format, you can do it with those. Get back to this color. A gradient fill, a picture or texture, and a pattern are three useful ones. The pattern one I don't think will work great for these depending on which one you choose. The dots looks great, but if you choose the lines, those look awesome as well. The vertical lines or horizontal lines can look good, but it doesn't hold on to your trapezoid shape. It kind of marks it all straight across, so it might ruin some of the 3D effect. So I recommend if you want a pattern, the vertical stripes or anything dotted. Now a picture texture fill right here, you can insert a picture, but I like the textures a bit better. If I want my wall to look like it's marble, I can do that. Now marble walls aren't super common around a bedroom or whatever room you're building maybe, but could be a different kind of room you're building. If you want to make a textured wall, feel free. The thing I like is the gradient. Now this one's tricky. You have to choose different colors that you want to hit on the wall. You use more than one, they're called gradient stops. These two are the two colors. If I want a third color, I just click this button with the green arrow and look at more pop up. If I want to delete the one I'm clicked on, I just click X and away they go. I think just two colors for these walls to get that shadow effect is all you need. You need a dark version of the color of your wall so it shows that it's in shadow. So for example, this wall is this color right here, and I'm going to choose that same color, but I'm going to go more colors, and it's already selected the color I have, but I'm going to customize it and just drop this darker a little bit. So now my wall goes to that shadow. Now I choose what kind of type of gradient I want. Linear means it does it in lines. You have vertical. I'm going to change this color to something more dramatic so we can see the difference. Linear goes in lines. Radial comes from like a circular shape. It can come from the corners, and now I can switch which color goes where. By sliding this menu, I can make the green more prominent. The radial is one I like for cool pictures, but for a rectangle, you might get something like that. And path is very similar to rectangle, slightly different. But I prefer linear for these to make my shadows, so I'm going to bring it back to that dark version of the color. And imagining that their color comes from maybe this where I'm standing, I would think that it would be darker back here. So I'm going to flip these colors so the darker section is back away from me. It's a linear, and I'm going to look around, maybe make it, see what kind of effect we get, and there's those darker colors. You can play around with that on all the different walls, give it a little bit of shading, however you like. But you can fill these with crazy colors. They're your walls, it's your room, do whatever you like with them. And this menu is good for shaping any kind of shape, formatting any kind of shapes. If you want to look at the lines of your walls, these lines are created naturally by the walls touching each other, so to give them crazy colors wouldn't look natural. but you can always, when you're just working with a shape, you do have the ability to give it unique edging. This is a very useful menu to pull up. I usually pull it up by just clicking on More Gradients, and it pulls up all of the options in this menu. Alright guys, play around and wallpaper your room, paint your room however you like. When you're ready, move on to the next video.